What's happening, crypto fam? Happy Thursday. It's 28th of May. Good morning. Welcome back to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott. It's a pleasure to have you here, whether you're about to tune in now live and watch the stream as it plays, or if you're tuning in the future, it is a pleasure to have you here. I appreciate you taking the time out to consume my content. So, thank you. First things first, I want to run through a little article someone's written. Chining Kadika. Sorry about butchering your name, love. But I'm going to cover the future of payments today. The W3C saying in the future there'll actually be no payments. The friction will have gone. They'll have removed that much friction. And payments and settlements will be so unnoticeable. Just as easy as you can send an email and information and that's an hour, and they say that. Well, the W3C actually put it in the future there'll be no payments. We'll have removed all the friction, all the barriers, all the bottlenecks, all the time delays and all that. Morning, Sean, Kennedy, what is up? Jason, good morning. As the title says, talking about the future of payments today. Alan, good morning. What up, Easy Care Landscaping? Much love, bro. Much love. So yeah, I'm gonna read through this little article because at first it was kind of like making me what like I usually do and have a little rant about it. But in the end, she kind of came full circle. So this is what we're dealing with. No, thank you very much, Lexus Pod. Appreciation. Observation channel, good morning. So yeah, so people like, so anyone, if you're like me, and you at times you're quite reactionary, right? You're quite reactive. You react to things maybe a little bit faster than you should have. Yeah, you got to think about what you feel. You got to think about how you feel about what you've took in. You've got to actually take it in. And if you're reading an article, you've got to give the writer. You've got to give them till the end. It's like reading a book, and then you don't get to the end and you think, "Oh, that book's shit." And someone's like, "Yeah, but what did you think of the ending?" It's like, "Well, I never got to the end. It's shit." It's like, "Well, you don't know the whole book shit then, do you? You think the first half of the book shit. You don't know the whole book shit." Do you know what I mean? So this article, at first, it shows what we're up against. All right, Sticky Bud, Ellie Brown, love to us, from me to you. This shows what would happen if someone was reading the first few paragraphs and were just like, "Fuck that, Ripple's clearly shit." Whereas if you got right to the end, you're like, "Well, hang on a minute, she's gone full fucking circle here." So I won't do it all, I'll breeze through it. If you want to find it, just go and Google Ripple and you will find that the IMF, are the fates of Ripple, the IMF and central banks intertwined? So CBDCs just got real. The idea of a central bank digital currency a couple of months ago felt like a distant dream. No, it didn't. We've been talking about them since 2018, love. They've been coming. So that's a lie straight up. The idea of a central bank digital currency a couple of months ago felt like a distant dream. But now it's more than real, as countries are now rushing to create a digital version of their national fiat currency. So she thinks that's happened in just a few months. Really? Really, love? Really? I don't think the documents suggest that. Anyway, the market has become highly diverse too. We've come a long way from Bitcoin to a plethora of options that Satoshi's creation enabled. We have learned about how digital currencies challenge the traditional definition of money and the role of central banks and the financial intermediation model. We're talking CBDCs now. Most central banks today are either actively engaging in researching about CBDCs or are actually pursuing its development. So what is a CBDC? Everyone who knows the channel knows what a CBDC is. It is a central bank digital currency. It's basically your pounds in digital form. Actual digital form. Central bank digital currency doesn't need to be a blockchain currency, but it needs to be on some sort of distributed ledger and be digital. The Chinese expedition, long before the Bank of England released its working paper on the CBDCs, it was China that began working on it. Since 2014, thought it said a few months, love. Thought it said a few months ago. It was nowhere to be seen. So, so you know what I mean? When you're reading this and you're thinking, come on, man, I want to keep reading your thing here, but you've already contradicted yourself about 5 times. Fuck's sake. Precisely, it isn't surprising that China was not happy with the US dollar role as a global reserve currency in a bid to extend its reach. China expanded cross-border trade, RMB's settlement project, focusing initially on the Hong Kong market in 2009. It's only been the last few months that CBDs have really took off, you know. Jesus. So 6 years later, the renminbi, yeah, that one, received the status of reserve currency from the International Monetary Fund. The RMB was added to the IMF Special Drawing Rights basket a year later, 2016. We've covered this. We have covered this. Special Drawing Rights, or SDR, is essentially an international reserve asset created by the IMF in the year 1969 to supplement its member countries' official reserves. This was an important milestone in the integration of Chinese economy into the global financial system. In fact, it even surpassed the US to position itself as the world's largest goods trader in 2014, a title that the US had held for decades. And we've spoken about the US giving away power. We've spoken about, and it's the US giving away power. It's basically China's economy is getting bigger, and the US dollar is losing its power as the main reserve currency. It doesn't mean the US as a country is losing power. It just means economically China's becoming slightly more powerful. They're giving up power. Like the president of the Council on Foreign Relations actually said America's giving away power. So it's all about perspective. Got an ulcer, me. Getting an ulcer there. Bastard. They're annoying, aren't they? Annoying. But made in China, the DCEP, yet another revolution by the Chinese in their attempt to achieve global dominance as the world is grabbed with, COVID fallout. Digital electronic payment, China's CBDCs peg 1-to-1 with its fiat currency. What appears to be surface level and a general view that the CBDC will take effect in around the home jurisdictions. In the long run, it is believed that it will challenge the highly inefficient traditional cross-border remittance sector by channeling faster and frictionless payments. Oh, you can see where she's leaning, can't you? You can see, you know, don't you? It's like IBF doing cross-border payments. Does it mean trouble for Ripple? Oh, troubling times for Ripple then, eh? Troubling times for Ripple. Not even halfway down the article. The San Francisco-based firm Ripple has been enjoying a good amount of monopoly, at least in the DLT-based remittance sector. It has expanded to multiple corridors, and they're seeing active volumes in all of these. However, if CBDCs emerge in different parts of the world, with one of its main propositions being disrupting the legacy cross-border remittance sector, it would make Ripple's tech largely redundant, as banks will always go for the option that has already been approved by the government. Furthermore, let's not forget that the blockchain company is already facing an ongoing lawsuit. Alas, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse does not seem concerned, as he previously commented. A bank-issued digital asset, this is quoted now from Brad, a bank-issued digital asset can only really efficiently settle between the banks who issue it. Then, 2 scenarios can play out. Scenario 1, all banks around the world put aside competitive and geopolitical differences and adopt the same digital asset, agree on its rules, and harmoniously govern its usage. Fat chance. Chris Larsen used to say the world will never agree on one ledger. What we need is a protocol. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The result would be an even more fragmented currency landscape than we have today. XRP's own, this is unquoted, back to the article. XRP's own status is clear as mud, unlike Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are commodities. The status of XRP is still unclear. The long XRP commodity security debate is yet to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Despite this, do you know what? Go and ask FinCEN, love. Go and ask FinCEN what XRP is, and they'll tell you it's a digital currency and a multifunctional digital asset. Despite this, what has caught the attention of many as XRP being labelled, and you're damn right it caught the attention of many, and as said in previous videos, we caught it on a Sam I Am video. It's a supranational currency and an official document that was discussed. So it's been labelled, sorry, as a supranational currency. Supranational. Supranational. You've seen that document. Supranational currency. Ripple. So what's even more baffling, that was Bitcoin was just labelled as a cryptocurrency. Well, Bitcoin... What? So, you know, you got to the point now in the article where some people are going to be like, fuck this, I'm bouncing. I'm not even reading the rest, mate. But then she legitimately starts going into what was a tie-up with Ripple, the plan all along. And if you forget the title, you forget that she's actually coming full circle to this. So are the fates of Ripple and the IMF and central banks entwined? You're fucking right they are. It's pretty obvious, love. But the fact that your first half of your article makes everyone question it like fuck, I'll be surprised if many people even finish it. Anywho, if you do finish it, she starts saying stuff like supranational currency or super currency is a hypothetical global currency that would be backed by a basket of reserve currencies at the IMF. The idea is to form a basis for a new global monetary system and replace the US dollar system. While the idea of this currency was part of the King's plan, it has gained traction once again as C19 wreaked havoc in China's DCP, neared its readiness for mass use. However, Ripple could be way ahead of all this. Its connection with the IMF and central banks needs no introduction. Even a blockchain firm's swell conference witnessed the participation of Raghuram Raja. Who's Raghuram Raja? The former governor of the Reserve Bank of India. That's who he is, and he's the chief economist for the International Monetary Fund. Interestingly, at the event, Rajan had dismissed the idea of XRP becoming a global currency, saying that it's not something that the cryptocurrency is trying to become. Are you sure? However, Ripple tries to central bank goes all the way back to 2017 when it announced gathering over 2 dozen of them. Blah 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 blah. She could have caught. The theories claiming the IMF wants to tie the SDR to XRP for settlements might make sense for some, but it's far-fetched. However, even if we were to assume otherwise, this would mean a financial system in which the IMF, Ripple, and central banks are all entwined or intertwined. In that case, XRP could be used as a bank or a supranational currency. It's hard to determine what is exactly going on behind the scenes. Whatever be the case, Ripple knows how to position its company. It is one of the most successful firms in the space for a reason. Attempts to distinguish itself from the rest is one of many examples for Ripple vouching to be pro-regulation. What can we expect? For cross-border payments, it has become increasingly important for banks to offload the risk of nostro accounts and the cost of hedging foreign currencies. XRP can play a vital role as the bridge between a different CBDC, where one country's currency can be converted to XRP and then converted to another country's currency in a matter of seconds without the need of either holding XRP. Could have just cut the first half of a flaming article out, mate. Do you know what I mean? Telling you a woof, Doge. Oh, the last page ripped out of a book, Alan. Ooh! What's happening, Sarah? Much love, much love. Great to see you here. Morning, Craig. Morning, Ola. Scotty, I have a question. If it's unlikely, but if XRP is deemed a security, Ripple doesn't make us shareholders in a $10 billion. It's not going to be a security, Craig. It is not going to be a security. Go and Google. Right. It's highly unlikely it's not going to be a security, Craig. Who the fuck am I to say it's not? Do you know what I mean? I'm not I'm not going to act like I'm in the SEC's regulatory bodies and all that, but if you put FinCEN, classify, classify XRP or currency, this is going to take to 2015, this, mate. We ain't playing games here. We're playing fucking games here. Do you know what I mean? When you can find out that FinCEN, the Financial fucking Criminal Conduct Authority, whoever they are, actually labelled it a currency in 2015. May 2015, FinCEN fined Ripple Labs. They actually fined them. They threw a fine on them, mate, and said you need to classify your thing as a currency. Tell people it's a currency and move forward with your sales. And they did. They paid the fine. They moved forward. What's this other lawsuit? Now it's just a smokescreen, surely. They've already been in court with FinCEN. Google it. Go and search it. I'm not lying. I'm not making it up. You know what I mean? It's facts, bruh. Morning, STVNS, whatever that is. Stevens. Yo, from Bristol, Marcus Wellburn. What? Do you know Chris by any chance? Chris Davis. Bristol in the house. Why are we so confident in XRP, guys? It's what some people don't get. Why are we so confident in XRP? Why are we so confident it's the bridge asset, it's the future, baby? Ain't nothing keeping up with that shit. Show me someone else doing this. Show me another ledger doing this. Ripple ODL cross-border funds transfer platform. X-Rapid. We know it's X-Rapid. They can rename it all they want. It's X-Rapid, bro. Just because you change your name. It's X-Rapid, now called ODL. Continues to stand out in the market, especially with MoneyGram as a partner. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse is worried the UAS will never catch up to China in the digital innovation. So the cryptocurrency community is impressed by Ripple's ability to move 70 million XRP using the on-demand liquidity payments platform. The colossal transaction was highlighted by the Twitter bot XRPL Monitor. ODL is the largest blockchain-based liquidity platform currently working with XRP/MXN, Mexican peso, I think that is. That has been developed by MoneyGram, Ripple's strategic partner. They throwing millions of XRP like that. What? Don't forget, it's just the same as if it was 20p. It doesn't matter whether it's flaming 20p or 20 million. It's going like that. The other chunk of the transaction was done by Bitum, a leading cryptocurrency exchange in South Korea. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse advises the US government to embrace digital currencies. The CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, has asked the United States regulators to change tactics and leaning to digital currencies. In his opinion, the US is trailing China when it comes to digital innovation. US regulation. Now is the time to step up and lean into digital currencies. Remaining complacent is actually setting us back, while China's grip on both crypto and fiat payments becomes even stronger. Because as said in the title, in the future, there'll be no payments. I had to get your head around that, innit? What do you mean there'll be no payments? Of course people are paying for shit. Are they? If an asset swap, remove the payment. If a frictionless asset swap, remove the payment. So if I swap a phone, if I swap my S8 for an S9 or an i8, an iPhone 8, and I hand someone my S8 and they hand me the iPhone, was that a payment? Was that a payment? Was it a settlement? Or was it just an agreed trade? If that is just an agreed trade and you take payment out of the equation, Nothing in the future is a payment. It's a transfer of assets to another asset, which is extremely interesting for the tax implications of asset swaps. You know what I'm saying? So, did you know Swiss exports of gold to US jumped to 111 ton in April, biggest monthly total recorded? Something big coming, brother. Yeah, you reminds me of World War II, that, bruh. That's what they was doing in World War II, the Americans, sucking in all the gold till they joined the war. Oh, waiting for Pearl Harbor and all that. I mean, do you know what I mean? He wasn't waiting for Pearl Harbor, mate. That just gave him an excuse to join in when they took everyone's fucking gold. And not only that, while everyone else was fighting the war, go and read about what was happening in Bretton Woods meeting and the formation of the IMF. Right? Not only the Fed after the Titanic and that, we're going to look at the formation of the United Nations, the formation of the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, and all that bullshit. Go and look at the meetings and that. Look at the actual meetings where there's suit and tied motherfuckers sat round tables dictating how we're going to use money in our lives, while there's other humans across the other side of the Atlantic actually dying for them motherfuckers and dying for us. Asset swaps, Marcus, exactly. Is it true that XDC settles faster than XRP? I am not too sure about that, Alan. Oh, but can XDC handle the volume of transaction settlement speed? It's not only that, it's like it's can XDC ledger do what the XRPL does? Can it, like what I'm talking about now? Show me where XDC's done this, mate. You're talking 70 million XRP in fucking minutes. I bet XDC has XDC even got 70 million in fucking 24-hour volume, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is where it comes to it. We'll have a look in a minute. Let me get through this. As reported earlier, the People's Bank of China is targeting to launch its digital yuan by the 2020 Olympics. So the CBDC of China is looking at coming out by 2022. But don't be surprised if it comes out sooner. China's digital currency is already in limited trial across 4 Chinese cities. If results from the trials are satisfactory, China could even launch its currency as soon as next year. However, the exact timeline remains unknown, according to the statement made this week by Yi Gang, the central bank governor. We've got market updates going on about the prices and all that. I don't really fucking care. 70 million. Right, let's new tab this shit. In fact, go on the FinCEN one. XDC coin market cap. Wait. Can't even spell, Scott. You can't even spell me. Sort your neck out. Zinfin on a motherfucking ground. Right, mate. 26 million total market cap. 26.9 actually. That's not even half of this. It's 4 million, 4.3 million US dollar in 24-hour volume. Bruh. Right. I mean, I know it's in 70 million XRP, didn't it? It didn't say $70 million. But to put it in perspective, whether it is faster or it isn't faster, is it as trusted and reliable yet to a ledger that's rocking an $8.6 billion market cap and a $1.5 billion 24-hour volume? $1.5 billion over 24 hours has been put through the XRPL and XRP ledger and exchange order books and that, right? In the last 24 hours of the Zinfin network, it's only done 4.3 mil. 4.3 mil, but it's a new project. That doesn't mean it's slower. It doesn't mean it's slow. I'm not saying that it's slower off that. I'm just saying that it's extremely new. It's extremely early days, and keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Like if If that 4.3 million is 43 million in 2 weeks, what's it tell you? People trusting it, people using it, people trading it, volume's going up. Regardless of the speed and all that, now, don't get me wrong, we want to chase the speed because we want to know which ones are legitimate competitors to XRP regard to speed, but that's not all it's about, is it? Speed isn't all. Speed is after reach. Speed's after reach, mate. So once you've got your... Same with internet. What was it like internet? Did you give a shit about your broadband speeds when you first getting the internet, mate? Did you fuck? You just want the internet. There's some people now still haven't got the internet. They just want the internet. They need the reach to there. They need the reach. You need the internet to reach them. Once the internet's reached them and you're like... dial-up shit, you're like, fucking hell, we'll do with this being actually a little bit faster now, you know. No, don't get me wrong, I appreciate having internet and that, but and it tends to speed up a bit, like. So it's reach first. That's what they're doing now. The internet of value is spreading through corridors, expanding its reach for everyone to be able to send money faster and cheaper. Once reach is there, it will be about speed and convenience and cost. I'm thinking a fucking word then. Well, this XRPL can move any currency, remember, Alan. And again, I wouldn't mind knowing exactly how it fucking does that. This is why I need an interview with David Schwartz. Exactly. There's a car, like, Bugatti made the fastest car in the world at 240 mile an hour. Does it mean Coinshead don't make a 245 one and they don't try and compete a little bit? And does it mean that Tesla won't make a 250 mile an hour one? And does it mean that people won't still use an 150 mile an hour car just because cars go to 250? Not a bad little analogy. It is. As Craig's pointed out, Elon Starlink will spread internet across the globe. Will finally encase the globe in that quilt of internet reach. And then once we've got the internet reach, it's just a matter of what we're looking for, corridors, ODL corridors, their reach. So like we say, we opened a new corridor to Thailand, opened a new corridor, Europe to here, there to there, there to there. They're all just lines. When you see the Ripple net web and you see lines from A to B and D to C and E to F, that's all there is. What are corridors of payment channels. Yeah, the speed is something to look at, but it's not the only thing worth looking at. Did people look at Theta? Who went and looked at Theta? Who fibbed Theta? Eh? Who went and looked at me 34 cent and Theta? Because I tell you what, she went lower, didn't she? Hey, I said, like, you can't know what to do. So on the week chart now, remember the week chart of Theta, we're flying up to 50 odd cents, green on the week. Well, what's happened to that second weekly candle now? Well, what's happened to that second weekly candle? That's the retrace. But there's 4 days of the week left. If it bumps back up to 40 cents plus, that candle goes green again. And if that candle closes green up here and bounces to the next candle, it's going to be like it never happened on that chart. All right? So we're going to go a little deeper. There's the day chart. So it's happened quick. Last night, whoa, from yesterday, plummeting from 58. Now I said to people, it's reached a peak. I said it, guys. There's only so much we can do here, right? So where is it? The little bastard? 15 minute one. Let's go to the 15 minute. Alright. So the 36. So we had a climb, right? And I said fib that, didn't I? Told people to fib that climb. Right, I said I fibbed it. Came with a region to like 30 to 35. It was like 34, 35-ish, right? And then I even said, I let people know, it went to 36. Now, when I told you 36 was just above the region for the entry from the fib, and from that point, it ran to 58, mate. Ran to 58 cents from that low, from the 36. But then where did it go? Where the fuck did it go after that, eh? So I mean, that was at 2:15 yesterday. So if you'd have been watching it and fibbed it, you could have actually even put a short on. Oh, it's not on leverage, is it? I don't think it's leverage trading. Anyway, you could have watched it come down. It went to 87. It went to 27 cents. It's now on its way back up a little bit. And again, here's what I was saying about Torre's fibs and Torre's simple moving average and that, smooth moving averages. It's like that. Look at how tight their moving averages are. You can't really tell what the fuck's going on. You can't really tell shit. But there's the proof that it was good. I said, look, the mainnet launch was last night. It could have ran to $1. I said that. It could have ran to $1. So I said, like, maybe put 20 to 30% in at 40 cents. Set an order at about 35, maybe lower. I fucking said it. Set an order. Do you know what I mean? It was said. I didn't tell you what to do. I said do your own thing, but I was just highlighting that if you put the Fibonacci on, it's likely going to retrace, and it didn't hit the retrace it's supposed to hit, and then it had another bump. So if you'd have put the fib on that 58, it smashed through it. It's absolutely smashed through any target. So you might have put a target on, and then it hit the target, you went in, and then it come down, you lost a bit of value. But again, you haven't lost. You're not down till you actually sell and give up. Now, with the MACD and at the bottom there now, look at the MACD there now at the bottom. Looks like it's on a right turnaround. The volume dips. We had negative volume. It came down under the bottom. Now it's pushing back up. If it gets back to the positive side, you can expect that to come back into the 40s, 50 cents. Go and fucking monitor it, and don't sleep on Theta token. Like, keep saying, don't sleep on it. Matic being brought up in there again. Vet target $3. What is Vet on a pump? Vet on a pump. Said the same about T-Fuel, guys. Let me get T-Fuel up now, because I think it's at about a cent. And I said, like, whack a fucking 0.9 of a cent ordering or something. That's what I was saying. Whack again, get the retrace on it. Whack an order on it. Oh shit, the bed, you'd have just missed it. This is how tight we're playing with, if you want to call it. It's why a lot of people won't call it for people to trade. Because I would have told you, I would have actively said, if I didn't, I would have said, like, put it near a cent, put it about a cent, 0.9 of a cent. 1 cent, 0.044. I mean, that is a tardigrade dick, that, you know, that, like, I mean, from 1/9 of a cent up to 1 cent, 0.044, it's a tardigrade dick that you've missed it by. But you missed it. How good would that caught? That caught it was close. Good being close. But if it's not close enough, it's not good enough. Which is why some of us won't sell calls. I'm not even sell fucking calls, that information. Marcus Wellburn. I did say retrace, mate. Good morning, Daniel. Much love, mate. Rising Green, good morning. Love you. Looks like a good project, just a little wooded If we're doing that to shake out XRP investors, it's been around for a couple. Well, what you do at Easy Care, you don't sell your XRP to buy another asset. That's the first thing you don't do. You know, the only reason you should be selling any digital assets before 2023, don't you? And it's just if you need the money. If for whatever reason you put a little bit too much into crypto and you've got a bill that you can't pay, then you fucking sell it. Other than that, you don't sell them. You don't trade them for something else. Your investments are there as investments, and they stay as investments. You go to work, you don't go out one weekend, you don't buy the crate of Carling, you save yourself 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 quid, you put that into a trading account, and you use that to leverage the attention and trade it against itself. Don't sell your XRP to buy another asset. Invest money you can also lose in that asset. Just don't go to the bookies. Don't go fishing. Don't go to the pub. I know the pubs are shut, but you know what I mean. Cut of ice if you're that desperate. XDC's gonna pop today. It's gonna pop, 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 pop today. Pop, pop, gonna pop them today. We're gonna pop, pop. I'm popping today. Let me get it up, baby. Let's get the chart. Let's get it up, baby. Let's get the chart. Let's get it up, baby. Let's get the chart up. Let's get the chart up. XDCE. See, I keep forgetting there's a fucking E on it. XDCE. People's calling it XDE. It's XDCE. That's why you're fucking me head up. Where are we? Oh no. Currencies. Don't want quantum up. I want. Wow, this is hard to find. UAE. Oh my days. Where is it? Why is it not only coming up? Why is it not showing there? Seriously. Why is it not coming up? Oh, Jesus wept me. It's not on the fucking thing yet, is it? Do you see in a pump? Zill's chart. If I check the charts for me, it's on a shit phone. And I need Zinfin on that on Binance. I need Zinfin on Binance because I ain't got any of them exchanges to actually actively have a look at a proper chart, not an aggregate chart. Zilla. Fucking Zilla. Is that just Zill? Zill the code for Zilla, innit? Zimmer. Zill to USD. Right. Oh, it's a cent. 1.2 cents. Again, man, like... Right. This is something to take into consideration. I want some people to look at this. Look at that chart there, and look at the gap. Look at the outlight. That has gone up, and it gone up, mate. Whoa, fucking bear on me. Went up 0.1 of a cent, mate. That went up 0.1 of a cent. Look at the numbers. There's the low. It's showing you the low. 0.011. Look at the one at the top, 0.012, went up a fucking cent, mate. So just because Bitcoin looks like it's gone up $200 fucking when it's moved that much, don't mean one of your little shitty ones has. So ZIL, mate, if you're looking for that to retrace for 0.1 of a fucking cent, you have to ask yourself what the fuck you're doing. You've got to. Now obviously if you're asking me to look at the chart because you've already bought in, well the fuck done, and you might have got in at a good price, or you might have gone in at fucking 1.279 there, and then it plummeted to 1.1, and you could have got in at a better. But again, it's only 1 fucking cent. Unless you're putting 10 grand on, you're not going to see that much discrepancy between 0.1 of a flaming cent. Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously, I'm like that is real talk, man. Like, 1 day per candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's about 40 days. Let's count on the date below. 2nd of the 4th, 28th for the 2nd. It's like March-ish. March, when Bitcoin went to free. When Bitcoin went to about 3K, that innit? It was 0.02 of a cent. So there was your best entry recently for Zilla. But it was 2-3 months ago. That's a day chart, bro. Every one of them candles is a full day. You retrace that and you expect like 7 candles to come back down. 7 candles on that chart is 7 days. So you would have to wait regardless of what happened. You're monitoring the zones. The MACD on that is still high, still looking positive. It's come from negative to positive, and it's pushing it up now, and it's clearly pushing it up. The volume's increasing. Looks good. Could run away. Could retrace to 0.9 of a cent again. Who knows? Go and whack your fibs on it. Go and whack your stuff on it. Do you know what I mean? There's your 15-minute chart again, looking like it's boomed. It's gone up 1 cent. Went up a cent, mate. Like, I know, Paul. The 12th of March. It was the March. It was, mate. That's why the hard bit is Binance swallowing up the order. Now, we'd all love to think it's going back to 4K, wouldn't we? And the fact that it might actually go back to 4K. But are you just going to sacrifice the $200 flaming dollars or $500 on Binance to be in that order? Because they're just going to sit there in the order. Can't put $500 of USDT on 3 different $500 orders. It won't let you, and it just executes the first one it reaches first. It won't let you to do them 3 $500 orders. You'd have to have 1,500 quid or $1,500 in the account. It's not going to let you do multiple orders. So it's not the fact that I don't believe that they're all going back down. It's the fact that I've not really got enough money and capital there. And we haven't got the fact. We don't know for a fact. So like I said, I'm not going to sell all my current assets in the hope that it dips back down and I buy more. That's fucking idiotic. But we will try and get a bit of money together. I'll put it on Binance and set an order at 15 cent XRP. 16 cent, 14 cents, whatever you think. Fucking hell, if it makes it down there, then I'm going, I need to be buying some. And if it runs away, I'm happy with what I've got. But then it's like, what do? Do you put 50 quid on XRP? Do you put fucking 50 quid on Ethereum and then another 50 quid on Bitcoin at a low price, another 50 quid on BNB at a low price? How do you actually work that out? Again, it's something that people have to work out for themselves. So, Ollie's got a small bag he used to ping around on other coins. And sell back to XRP, and I'll get an extra 600 XRP from 2 days. It's risky in case moon trap, but it's a small bag. Exactly, Ollie. Yorkie bat, baby. You've got to accept the risk. So you've accepted the risk that with this small bag at one time, you're trying to pick a top. I'm going to sell out at the top and buy back in at a dip, or however you're doing it. Let's just assume you're doing it like that. All he basically means he's using a smaller bag, because if he does pick a top where he thinks it's going to retrace because it's gone up too fast and too soon and he needs a little retrace, he's going to sell at the top and then wait for the dip, buy back in at the dip so he's got actually more than he had last time, and then let it run again. The only thing he is risking is for that little dip to not, that actually isn't a top, it's just a little bear trap, trapping a load of people in who go short. So they all go short on leverage, they have a stop loss just above that previous high, it dips down and goes boo, rockets through everyone's stop loss, putting them all out of the market, and the bulls are rubbing their hands like that, and everyone's been caught in a bear trap, and Ollie's lost his little bag. Luckily, he's got his big bag on the side, because he knows he's accepting the risk that at any given time he could actually pick the wrong moment to trade or flip that little bag into another currency, and he might actually pick the wrong time, he might actually get burnt, might be left in tether while his fucking market's running, and then he's actually losing his accumulation because he's stuck in fucking tether while all the other assets are running, and tether's like, I'm staying $1, bro. I don't give a shit what you want. I don't give a shit that Bitcoin's got to 30k. I'm staying $1. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is a risky game. And we've got back. Right, let me sit back now, because I'm going to engage us. I'm done with my phone. Pretty much done with my phone. I'm going to engage us now. Oh, me doob. But yeah, I don't like telling people what to do. I don't like telling people what assets to buy. I will tell people what I'm buying. I'll tell people what I'm interested in and other stuff. But I'm never going to say, like, go and buy this, go and buy that. Make sure you've got some of that. I mean, make sure you don't regret not having XRP. Not telling you to go and buy XRP. Just make sure you don't regret it if you don't. Just like, don't regret buying it. Yeah, Alan, it was naughty, March. That was a naughty dip in March. Do you know, most of us missed that, Alan. And again, it's why it's not that healthy, not looking at the price every day. I don't really give a shit about the price in the market analysis. I said it reading the article. I fucking said it reading the article. Bitcoin's likely on its way back up to 10k and that, innit? So it's fucking hell. Like I said the other day, have your orders at 8.5k. Did I not say that? Did I not say that? I did say 6.6 as well, just in case. But I said to people, I said, go on Binance and put a cheeky little order on about 8.5, 8.6k for Bitcoin. And you'd have got in with me. Sub 9k in spot wallet on Binance. You'd have been in with me now. Going up, over 10k, go back to 3k. And what? Buy some more. I got in at 8.5. It's now over 9k. Is it still over 9k before I start saying this shit? But you know what I'm getting at? You can see what I'm getting at. Like, I could have said 8.3k and it didn't reach 8.3k. Like I said, 0.9, and I was saying 35k with Theta, and then Theta, and it didn't fucking hit it at first. And then it did hit it, and it ended up actually at 22 cents or some shit. Let's get BTC. BTC, USD. Fucking hell, get on my favourites, you bastard. Oh, you got not signed in, that's why. Why are you not on my favourites? So it's 9168 now. On Binance, 916, yeah. 9.1k, 9.168k. So I got in at like 8.6, I think I had mine at, to be honest. 8.5, 8.6, but it fucking hit it, and it got me in. And now I'm hopefully riding it up to 10k plus. Same with Theta. Like, I bought some at 40s just in case. I put some on. 41 cent. I had to, in case it fucking ran. And then I put a little bit in a low order in the 30s, and that it as well. So now once it gets back over 40 cents, I'm fucking rocking with Theta. Theta. And And that is me willing to actually let it sit and wait with it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not needing or looking for gains in the next fucking 2 or 3 weeks off that. I'll happily leave it a month or so. Yeah, Craig, trading gets frustrating, mate, especially if you're doing leverage and all that, and there's a lot more risk involved. It can be a bit too stressful. Yeah, Alan, that's all that matters, mate. Just be happy what you've got and don't regret what you didn't buy. Don't regret what you did buy. And yeah, just try and lower the levels of regret. Nah, that game. But I am actually planning on streaming Elder Scrolls in a bit on Love for Media. I want to work out how to do it, and I want to go on the game. I actually want to be on the game, Elder Scrolls, on the Love for Media channel, while I talk about ILP and the future of gaming. For all you that are not gamers, I wouldn't mind actually going on and showing you what I mean by how big the Elder Scrolls marketplace is. I'd like to show you what I mean by a guy just going online one day, collecting a load of wood and going making a few staffs with it and then putting the staffs on the marketplace. I'd like to show people what I actually mean, especially the people who are not into gaming, but are looking at the kid thinking he wants to fucking game. I wish I could help him. I wish I saw it the way Scott does and I could help him. Do you know what I mean? If you're feeling like that, them streams are going to be for you. Them fucking streams. Not only you, to sit with your kid. I'll try and curb the language. But, yeah, sit with him and just be like, look, this is how, in the future, this guy's going to tell you how you can make money off the game, and you don't even really need to be that good. You don't need to win all the tournaments, and you don't need 1 million followers. No. You just need a couple, 25 to 50,000 followers, couple of 100 to 1,000 of them watching you a day, and to actually be selling some items within the game's marketplace that's linked to the new Internet of Value. Yeah, it's all about the level of risk and regret, and it's managing your risk. All that, it's great. Morning, Scott. Get the chance to check out IOC. It's about 6p now, and has been bouncing up and down to £2 over the past week. I don't hold it, but mental movement. Right, honestly, guys, I don't mean this in a bad way, Baz. This is no way intended to you or anyone, but 6p. 6 fucking p. 6p. You need me to look at something that's 6p, mate. Like 6p. Just go and put a tenner on it, mate. Like, you got a little bag of them. It's what people need. People need to realise. Like, Jesus, let me just go and work this out now. Right, let's just do a random little fucking thing on this. Let's imagine you go and get, what's the coin called again? Again, Maz, I'm not trying to attack you, mate. I'm trying to, like, flip your perspective to make you realise how cheap 6 fucking p actually is. Like, what you thinking it's going to go down to 3p? Do you want me to fucking confirm that it's going to go back over £2? Do you believe that? Let's get to calculator here, lads. And lasses, if there's any lasses in. Where's my calcs? Calculator, mate. Yeah, calculator. Should take about 150 quid, yeah. Just gonna divide that, yeah, by 0.6, yeah. 0.06, yeah. What are you doing, Scott? Give it back. Right, so £150 divided by 6 fucking p. Right, mate. Right. You go and put 150 quid on that token. You get 2,500 of them, right? And then if it ever makes fucking, say it ever makes $5 to $10, then bought you a fucking car, mate. In fact, if it makes $10, you could buy a cheap house. 25k. But this is what we're talking about. We're talking about £150 becoming 25k if it just reaches $10, mate. Why are people questioning that? The only question is if you've got the 150 spare and which 6p fucking project deserves the 150. That's your question. That's your question. Does Theta deserve it? Does T-Fuel deserve it? Does Matic deserve it? Zinfin, IOC, the one you just said. Which one? Which one? 6p, mate. Fucking hell. We need to be buying them all, don't we? All of them. Get them all. Everyone. just get them, every single fucking one of them. Do I like Theta? I like the idea of it in the prospect, and I bought some, mate. Damn right I have. I've bought some Theta. No, but I've done that a couple of times. You're gonna lose value on a retrace, Paul. You only lose money when you sell, mate. You only lose money when you sell. I've lost my Theta. I need to figure out how I'm gonna say that and just stick with it. My Theta. They dipped a bit. Dipped in value. They've lost value since I purchased them. Some of them. I've not lost money on it unless I sell them at a loss. It's an investment. Have you lost money on your pension, mate? Like, do you know? Do you care? You don't care till the time comes that you actually sell it and did it go up or down. No, you don't care if in the last month that your pension actually went down a bit, do you? Or most times you don't even know. Your pension, it's perspective and realizing the difference between actual losing and gaining money and actual losing and gaining value. The terminology is slightly different. But I know where you're coming from. Don't matter how cheap it is, coming back at the top, you're going to lose on a retrace. Yeah, but, well, what if you wait for the retrace and it never comes, Paul, and then you missed it? And then you're buying in higher, so you don't have as many. This is when the dollar cost averaging comes into it. Like I did the other day, I bit the bullet and bought some at 40 odd cents. I just said I bought Theta at 40 odd cents. And then I bought some in the 30s because I set an order for the retrace. Now, if the retrace had never come, I was still in at 40 odd cents. If it had blown to $1 like it could have on the mainnet launch, it's always going to dip really in it because people want to offload on the new people that it's gaining attention. But there was a small chance it went up, so I felt in myself that I wanted to buy in at 40. They're down from then, but I don't feel like I've lost money. It's dipped in value and portfolios took a little dip. But I believe in blockchain, I believe in the internet of value, and I believe in new monetary and monetization systems, and Theta is a really, really good looking one. Those are kin on Mad Lips. I was checking out the other week. Shut up. See what I'm saying? 3 million king coins for 15 quid. Someone tell me that's not worth buying for your grandkids. I don't give a fuck what the project is. I don't give a fuck what they are. It's 15 fucking quid. Like I said the other day, you'll put 20 quid in the card for birthday and let them go and spend it on fucking magazines and chocolate and all that shit. But you won't put 15 quid on fucking KIM for them, whatever the fuck it is. Morning, Mark Clark. Appreciate you joining the chat, mate. Great. I nearly said grud then. Griud. I was going to say good to see you and great to see you at the same time. It's both. Love you. Where can you buy MoneyGram on an app that's reliable as eToro? Don't have it. MoneyGram shares, bruh. Trading one. Woo! Oh, you're fucking asking something there, aren't you? Want to know where to buy MoneyGram shares? Damn. I don't know. Trading 212 got them. Buy MoneyGram shares. Trading 212, but I just want to point out to people, Hargreaves and Lansdowne, for an SSIP. SSIP, so SIPP. Is it a SIP pension? An SIPP, a self-investment pension plan. Self-investment pension plan. An SIPP. Yeah. An SIPP from Hargreaves and Lansdowne. Now, if you've got a pension that you're struggling to put where you actually want to put it and invest it in what you actually want to invest it in, you want to have a look at Hargreaves and Lansdowne, mate, because you might be able to go on an SIPP, which is a self-investment pension plan, which means they give you a list of the companies that you could possibly invest in, instead of them just going off and doing it themselves off their own bat. They'll actually ask you, and you have input on you invest in. So if MoneyGram has been one of them, you can actually put your pension in MoneyGram, mate. Do you know what I mean? Not just go on 212 and invest in and buy the shares in that. Put your pension in it. So yeah, it's speak to Boo Boo's good on money management, mate. It's worth chatting. Or people investing in Carver Labs. We've got some Carver. About Carver. What's going on with Carver? But some panic on a dump because they don't understand fear and other indicators or support resistance. Exactly, Paul, which is why I'm doing a course at the end of the year, mate, just to give people a basic understanding so they can go and do some trading / investing. I'm not going to teach people to leverage trade and to fucking increase the stress in their life. I want it in a way where it helps them understand it, so they can look at a chart and spot head and shoulders. They can look at a chart and see an ascending triangle, a descending triangle, a wedge formation and stuff like that, and they know what's coming. They can look at the moving averages as support and resistance levels. They can look at the new highs, the previous highs and the new lows and all that stuff, and kind of get an educated guess, which is trading. Gambling is an uneducated gamble. Trading and investing is an educated guess, using information and facts that we've got to dictate and predict a future outcome. Revolut's got the shares. If you get the metal card, it has, mate. Money management 101, don't spend it. You know what? All I was saying that about my hair. You want the top tip of growing hair? The number one tip for growing your hair: don't fucking cut it, dickhead. You can actually go on YouTube and there's people searching how to grow your hair. Growing hair 101. Don't cut it. Exactly, Paul. It is. It's an educated guess. So if we go into the bookies, so this is the difference. I've done a video on it, the difference between gambling, trading, and investing. If we go into the bookies and walk straight to the roulette machine, throw 20 quid in the roulette and press start, that was a gamble, bro. That was a gamble. Didn't even look at the previous patterns of the numbers. I just put 20 quid on random numbers in it. Yeah, that was a gamble. If I go to the desk and I just pick 14 random fucking teams to win on an accumulator, that's a gamble. Whereas if I go into the bookies and I get the form sheet and the footy sheets and I look at the table and I see who's at the top of the league and I see who's at the bottom of the league, I see who's doing really well, I see who's doing really shit, I see who's got all the star players fit, and I see who's got all the fucking most of the star players injured, and then I bet on the team that's doing extremely well with all the players fit to absolutely bum rush the team that's struggling like fuck and got all the players injured, because it's an educated guess and the probability is that the better team's going to beat the shitter team. Doesn't always happen, and you don't always win the trade, but you've traded information. Yeah, is Rashford playing? Is he on form? Is Martial playing? Is Aguero up front for City, or is he on the bench? All these things actually matter regarding the result and what you think that prediction and probability factor is then going to turn into. If a team played with no goalkeeper, you'd be like, fuck, they're going to lose. Do you know what I mean? It'd be obvious, wouldn't it? That would be a massive piece of information regarding that game. Oh, but all the keepers are injured and they've actually got a fucking defender in net. Also, Carrick put the kit on, do you know what I mean? Like, Casino Coin Target 150. Got some Casino Coin too, baby. Do you have some AI crypto? You have some 13 AIG, XRP, Stellar, Vet, top holdings, long term. Nice. Suit Athletics. I only have Vet and Stellar and XRP, what you're holding there, lad. But again, it's what it is, mate. Buy them all. Which ones? Which ones should I buy? Which ones should I buy, Scott? Everyone. Morning, Peter. Patience, mate. It's what it's all about. It's what it's all about. Trade 2 million CSC XRP. Average 50 XRP a day. Keep it safe. 1,000 plus certs a month. Nice, Steve. Coombs or Combs? Stephen Coombs. Stephen Combs. Coombs. It's Coombs, that, innit? Kumo. Did you call Kumo in school? Went to school with Kumo. Kumo. He was a beast, Kumo. Johnny Coombs, man. Guy had pubes at 10 years old. It was fucking madness. Coombs, yeah. Same name. I went to school with a lad called Johnny Coombs. He was an absolute monster. The guy had more facial hair than I've got now when he was 10. I'm 36 in a week. Well, in a fucking week or two. 9th of June. He had more than that. Like, legitimately, it was, not FedNow's not Ripple, but it will use and tap into XRPL and ILP. No doubt, FedNow is FedNow. It's going to be the native ledger for the CBDC US dollar, really, isn't it? Morning, Steve. Good to see you. We're an hour in, guys. We're an hour in. It's like the Bank of England isn't Ripple. It will be their own system. But as Mark Carney said, move out of the thing, make me look like I've got a big spot. Like Mark Carney says, it's like, we're opening the doors to the private sector. FedNow will be the same. FedNow will open the back end. Get in the back end there, lad. Oh, yeah. I'm going to open up the back end, mate, for the API to come right in. Lubed up the lot, mate. Lubed up with XRP, liquidity, ODL, baby. Proper, yeah. 53 tomorrow. Level 53 tomorrow, Paul. Level 53. Damn, your prestige, bro. Your prestige. Prestige plus 3. Prestige plus 3, bro. Oh, that is level 53, mate. Never say you're 53 ever again without putting level in front of it. Never. It's not called a birthday. It's called a level up. You got to level up tomorrow. Yeah, you'll level up to level 53, mate. Do you know when you start a game on level 1, you can't fucking wait to get to the experience level 53 brings you. All the new corridors that open, all the new achievements and shit that you're capable of. Oh, shit starts happening at level 50, mate. So I can't wait to get to level 40. Some more doors will be open then. Gemini's everywhere. Happy Thursday, Scott Kemp. Where can you buy Kim from? Ollie, you're forgetting like yesterday's lesson, bro. You're forgetting yesterday's coin market cap lesson. Come on, man. You know the script. We showed you. I'm going to show again just to refresh anyone who wasn't on. I'm going to go to Google and go to coin market cap. Coin market cap. Coin market cap. KIN. Motherfucker. KIN. 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 Kin ain't 6p. Kin's like 0.0006 fucking p. If I'm on the right kin. Go to market cap. Go down. Find them pages, market pairs, and then it tells you what pairs on what exchange, and it even tells you the volume. Come on, Ollie. Come on, Ollie. There's no excuse if you was in the chat yesterday. Definitely, Paul. Use it. Level up. It's all about it, mate. Levels, mate. Especially kids. When kids start getting to like level 13, oh, you're a teenager now. Level 15, level 20, level 30. All these, it becomes bigger numbers, then become more exciting to hit. Level 46, Craig, mate, telling you. Oh, level 40s and 50s is where shit happens, man. IOC. 10th of June, day after mine. Nice. Kenny's currently in a battle with the SEC, and it looks like it's changing blockchains for the 3rd time. It's a joke of a coin. Interesting. Level 20, Scott Kemp. Jesus, wet. Imagine being 20 again. King has got extremely low volume levels of 17,000 in volume. It's not a lot at all. Looks like a very new, very early, very cheap project. Like you're saying, 15 fucking quid on that. Millions of what? And for anyone who forgot the perspective, 1 million tokens gets you 10 grand. Yes, 1 million tokens gets you 10 grand every time it goes up 1 cent. Each cent in value is 10 grand. What? Oh, you got? Is that what you're waiting for, Stu? We're waiting for me to fucking word of the day. There you go. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it, that's enough. I got enough. Yay! It is quite strange, isn't it, Sue? How many Geminis are in the house? Is it because we're attracting each other? Everyone else seems to fucking not hate and trust Geminis, where I think that like the Geminis actually realise that we're the realest people anyone will ever fucking see. Like, let's not pretend we haven't too got the versions that we hide from everyone. You've got your free versions, and everyone has, but they like to attack the Geminis as if we've got fucking two, like one's God and one's the devil. No, you've got the person your mum sees, you've got the person your friend sees, and you've got the person who cries in the mirror on his own. They're the free people. Like that one person that you will sit alone with yourself and cry fucking eyes out at anything or whatever, or you fucking, that one person, no one's seeing that person. And then the world has actually got two versions of you that you see, hence the fucking tattoos. It's two versions of everyone, it ain't just Geminis. Never apologise for me, Les, for being late. It's, mate, the fact that you made it here. King is 100% a gamble, not without a shadow of a doubt. It's way too early and cheap and low volume to be anything other than asphyxiating. Jesus Christ. Asphyxiation. What's that now? Is that struggling to breathe? Don't laugh at me if I got it wrong. I love you, Steve. Check out a movie called Bad Words. I think the longest word in the world has to get spelled out in that one. Jeez. We'll give the one of the longest words in the world the other day, didn't I? It's about fucking... There's more syllables in that word than there is stars in the sky, mate. It's fucking ridiculous. Right, what was I searching? I'm going to get on it. Get on it, lad. I can't wait to get an upgrade, because then this phone in my hand will be the S10, and I'll have a fucking new phone on the stand, and the S10 is going to search rapid out this fucking shit. Struggling to breathe, lad. Asphyxia or asphyxiation. is a condition of deficient supply of oxygen to the body that arises from abnormal breathing. So, right, let me just get something up here, because I've got something on it I want to fucking say now. You've opened a can here. Opened a can here. Steve. Don't get happy about this, mate. Gonna get a bit real and serious for a second. George Floyd. I had to make sure I got his name right as a matter of respect. Rest in peace, George Floyd. My heart goes out to his family, his friends, anyone who called him a father, a brother, a friend, a cousin, an uncle, whatever you was to him. Condolences. Absolutely fucking shocking. That word Stephen has put in there, asphyxiation, asphyxiate, lack of oxygen. It's what he died of. It's what he died of. They murdered him by asphyxiation. Have you ever seen someone be suffocated? Suffocation or strangulation, right? It's not going to be pretty and might make you laugh, but hold that on. I'm dead in minutes, right? Push it in to the point where you damage it. I'm dead in minutes. That is the veins and arteries blocking the oxygen. It's how you do a chokehold on the side. You stop the oxygen to the brain. It's how people go sleep. Boom, it's how George went sleep on the road. At the point he went sleep, that cop should have got off him. It was when he stayed on him, he murdered him. When the person stopped moving, he stopped his artery. You know yourself, it's stopping the blood to the brain. After 3 minutes, your brain's dead. Absolutely fucking shocking. America's got to change. Why? Where's the system? Fucking mail voting. R.I.P. George. Absolutely fucking shocking what they did to you. And we'll carry on now. Back to it. Mate, Alan, it's naughty, mate. It's fucking not. People don't understand the difference between a choke to putting someone to sleep, cutting off the oxygen, and actual strangulation. Do you know what I mean? That one stops air going into your lungs and crushes your larynx and your thorax. Yeah, your throat crushes it. That one just stops the air coming from your heart in the oxygen up to your head. Puts you to sleep within 10 fucking seconds once it's blocked. The minute he stopped moving, they should have got off him. It's scandalous, and we need to see him done for murder. We need to see injections going in their arms or some shit. I'm sorry, but it needs to fucking happen. They're rioting and going crazy in the US now. I'm not surprised. I put on Facebook anytime that America wants to have a civil war and kill these murdering motherfuckers. I support you. It's disgusting. I said I wouldn't be surprised if they're rioting soon. And they started it. Now I'll probably end up getting banned off Facebook. Wouldn't surprise we get banned off Facebook for a fucking month for saying that, but it needs to be said. It needs to be said. The shop rang the police because they assumed he was writing a dodgy check, and now he's gone. Now he will be up there with the spirits in. There's no way he's being put through that. And grab them coppers, throw some DMT, give them a blast of DMT, mate, and they'll know where they're going for what they fucking did. They'll know instantly where they're fucking going, mate. When you want to see regret and dread come across a person's fucking face, throw them 4 coppers through a DMT blast, and when they come back, you're, oh yeah, you watch them fucking change. What's happening, Pablo? Steve gave me the word of the day, and it was asphyxiation, and it made me think of poor George in the States. There's fucking no excuse for what happened to him. Anyone who's sticking up for that police officer beyond him not moving. Now I get it. I can't breathe. Officer. I can't breathe. Yeah, you can, because you're fucking talking. Struggling to breathe, officer, is what you need to start saying. I know it's fucking ridiculous, but I get it. If you can say, I can't breathe, you're breathing. Do you know what I mean? You need, would it have been different if he said, I'm struggling to breathe, officer? I get it, up until the point where he was still talking, he was breathing. It's the point where his body goes limp and he stays on top of him. What kind of person stays on top of a chokehold or maintains the choke? It'd be the same thing if you did it with your hands, guys. So in a UFC fight, if they're choking the guy out and the guy's tapping and he just went, nah, mate, get fucked, and just held it, and the guy goes sleep, and all he has to do is hold it another 3 minutes and he's brain dead. And police officers don't know that. Fuck off. Me, I said in America, I would have speared him off the guy and probably got tased. But when there's a guy stood there, a trigger-happy Chinese lad, Asian, whatever you want to call him, sorry, shouldn't have said Chinese, trigger-happy Asian cop, the Asian one, you know which one I mean, no? Didn't mean to generalise a fucking population by the one guy, by the look of the one guy, apologies. But you know which one I meant by saying that, so, yeah. He's trigger-happy guys there, mate. It really needed him rugby tackling out the way. Just give him a quick, like run at him 2 meters, put your full fucking weight on him, just run at him and just elbow, like fold him in the chest, just go fucking boom. He's 2 meters over there then. He's going 2 or 3 meters. Have you ever stood in front of someone, just put your hands on the shoulders and just straighten their hand as fast as they can? They will fly 3 or 4 meters, mate. Make no mistake of it. That first cop needed moving out of the way and then a fucking swift kick to the face of the other one. So they just fell off him. And George was able to then 3 fucking breaths would have just saved his life, do you know what I mean? Or kept him alive for another 5 to 10 minutes. Just someone pushing the fucking copper off of the state kept him alive a little bit longer. Back to XRP and gold. Yeah, just make sure the next word of the day doesn't actually match something that I've got an extremely opinion about that's just recently happened. But for anyone who didn't understand it, that's what they killed him. Murder by asphyxiation. But this is where, let's open this. This is where democracy needs to come in. It's where I truly believe we're heading for the world where the people who actually care about what happened are the jury and judge. Like, what should happen to them coppers now? Who's got the right to say what happens to them coppers now? What person? What 5 people? What 10 people? What 20 people? What population? Have the British people even got a say? Of Europeans, should Europeans have a say what happens in American justice system? Should the Americans have a say what happens to a paedophile in court in the UK? Should we all have a say in what Saudi Arabia do to homosexuals and stuff? It's like, where does this globalize? Where do the lines and the borders of culture within a world going towards globalization, how do we merge them lines? And who's got the right to fucking say what does and doesn't happen? Because I'm pretty sure a few of us will say them coppers deserve the death penalty, and everyone should be able to fucking watch it happen. Are they still going on, Green? Are they still Still rioting. I fucking knew that had happened, mate. I'm not surprised at all. At all. I know easy care, mate. What? I mean, he had like, as angry, like, again, like, they're just going to kill him tomorrow. What's true justice in a situation like that? Is it taking their lives as well? What's true justice? What would the Buddha do? What would God do? Do really getting sent to hell for eternity? Just a millennial. I don't think I'm ever going America again, me, Sean. I went in once in the KB, man. I tried to go for DLT Con LA. The KB does right legitimately just before it got cancelled anyway, so it was kind of like a fucking win-win. But I don't think I'm ever gonna go America unless the signs of it changing, me. What do people think actually? Let's flip it. Has anyone heard about this new King of England? Has anyone heard about this new King of England? I brushed it off straight away until Boo Boo sent me a video. And Google new King of England, Joseph Gregory Hallett, the hidden King of England. Has anyone heard of this? Has anyone like heard about this? Like a new King of England, Trump and everyone knows about it. It's why the royal family are nowhere to be seen. Does anyone live near the palace? Can you go to the palace gates and tell me if it says King John on a gate now instead of Elizabeth? Someone go and tell me, like, we need to go and see if it actually says King John III on the gates of Buckingham Palace, because if it does, I think we can start believing it. But there's pictures going about of the fucking gate, and he's got his name on the gate now. Again, take it with a pinch of salt. I'm not saying I 100% believe it. I'm saying it's interesting. I'm saying I want it chasing up. I don't live near Buckingham Palace, so I can't look myself. Buckingham Palace gates. King John III. Chase this up for me. And tell me if it's bullshit. He's you're a vet, yeah, but not surprised, mate. Had a Gangster's Corner's pasty taken off me at Philadelphia Airport. Good point. What the fuck? Touch the Gangsters, bruh. You better be putting that back. Touching the Gangsters. Right. That's the gate of Buckingham Palace, yeah? With a crest, Elizabeth's crest and the monarch's crest. And apparently, now, it's like that. Again, I'm not saying it's like that. I'm saying apparently it is. That picture exists online, 19th of May. And it says King John of England at the bottom. King John III of England. Rumour going round that we've got a new king. And he's about to tear the fucking house down the same way Trump is on the other side of the waters, mate. No, Peter, I didn't, but that will be epic if they do, because I believe the cost for insulin in America is absolutely fucking scandalous, and it's something like fucking $400 for a pen that only lasts a few months. That's ridiculous. It's fucking keeping people alive, mate. Why the fuck's it so fucking... See, Theta took off the other week. It does look a decent token, mate. Expect it to come crashing back down. Scott, have you not seen the retrace, mate? We was calling it. We called the retrace. It went down to 20 cents from 58 cents, mate. Moved to 58 cents last night and then retraced all the way back down to fucking 21 cents. Now, I was calling 54, 55 cent-ish, and they had orders set and that, but fuck me, they could have been set lower. King John Robin Hood. It's an interesting one, but if you listen to the rumours, mate, it is going to end well because they've already cut off the money supply from the City of London to the Vatican. You have to watch the video. Let me actually. Fuck's sake. We have a new king. Right, idiot. I'm not signing in on YouTube, am I? Love for media, switch account. Love for media, love for crypto. History. Where's he gone? So look like there's that's him there, that guy there, that's him. And that's the video. Meet the new King of England. So I was brushing it off. Everyone was saying that. I was like, come on. I'm not fucking new King of England and all that. And that video actually
Christ by the Pope, who's then done an action.
Made me think.
Trump took into slavery under the monarchy. So the working together, because that I see them to the Queen. So POTUS would give them. Right.
Just listen to a bit of this. It's about Q. He mentions Q. Right.
The respondent, Goto, which is.
Have a list, couple of minutes of this, guys.
England or any related aspect. You have to be the Sangreal or the Christ. Right? Only the Sangreal can hold the title King John of England. And because my Kelg was the Sangreal, I gave him the Duchy of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, which is 0.2% of Germany. It's got 13 castles, including the Diet, which is the old parliament. And he gave me King of England and said, go to England, take your chances. So here I am. Post them to those named, the respondents, which includes the Queen. And so what the beauty of that was, I'd send them to POTUS, President Donald John Trump, and I'd send them to the Queen. So POTUS would get them a few days after the Queen, and he'd bring up the Queen or contact the Queen through diplomatic channels and say, is this true? Is there any bit of it you want to deny? And she'd just be tight-lipped. She couldn't deny anything. So she went into hiding, and Trump just took over the British Empire until I move in. Basically what's happening. Well, it's all just working together, because that's exactly, what Trump and Q and the White Hats and Patriots are doing, is tearing their association with the treaties that were signed in 1720, which basically enslaved the American nation into slavery under the monarchy, to the point that all the taxes from America were being sent to the City of London and then siphoned to the Vatican. And so it's all just working together. I mean, yeah, it is fantastically working together. And like you were talking earlier off screen about relative is a 33-degree Mason and living on Malta. So what I managed to do with the title Christ was execute the Knights of Malta out of the Vatican, and they're in charge of the world's money supply. Yeah. And then Trump took note of that because it's in my documents, and that happened at the exact same time that I did in 2014, but it happened in from election day, November 2016 to his inauguration, 20th of January 2017, like simultaneously. And that allowed President Donald John Trump to absorb the Fed into the Treasury with him as the Treasury, head of the Treasury. Yeah. Right, so I've achieved that. And the Vatican's now no longer in control of money supply. And
it enabled Trump to dissolve the Fed into the Treasury, and the Vatican's no longer in the monetary supply. So when you heard about Trump draining the swamp, draining the Senate, Congress, the CIA, everyone of all these bad actors and all these horrible bastards, Trump's took control of the UK fucking what? anyone who knows about the City of London being its own fucking government and governing itself, mate, pinch of salt this shit, guys. Pinch of fucking salt.
According to Wikipedia,
right?
self-governance, self-government, or self-rule is the ability of a group or individual to exercise all necessary functions of regulation without intervention from an external authority.
Where the fuck did that just come from? Government governing what? What have I just said to bring that up? Self-governance. This is what they talk about. Democracy through consensus, mate. This. City of London being its own governing body, I was saying, and it come up to that, like, the City of London, it's like the Vatican. Like, the Vatican's got its own rules outside Italian government and all that. It's its own city, it's its own fucking governance. Well, City of London is as well. Yeah. It's hard to trust the police. Really, really hard, like it. New king. You have to get a new act for the coronation. I'm telling you, Steve, it's pretty crazy. Exactly my reaction when I saw that video. Before then, I was kind of brushing it all off, and to see the actual guy not only mention the Vatican and the City of London, but they're talking about Q and Trump and. You know it all there. You've been, and it looks like they're tearing the house down, mate. Hey, I ain't a thought, like, legit. That's just listening to the conversation. I'm like, yeah, I think you're on about self-governance here. Oh, that guy's gonna fucking do, like, fucking hell, Google. Stop fucking listening. Washington DC is also its own state, and it's interesting how I would like draining the swamp, guys. There is no spoon. Remember, there is no spoon. Go and watch The Matrix again. There is no spoon. All the smoke screens, mate. But watch that video. We have a new king. Or meet the new king of England. Let me actually do the search because I had to find it through me history then. Meet the new king of England. Google don't want you finding this video. Google don't want you finding this video. How weird's that? So what I'm going to do, open YouTube again. Open YouTube. Library, meet the new king of England. Why is that not in shares? Like the Tommy Robinson one, isn't it? If you can't find it yourself, you can't watch it. It's on YouTube, but you can't watch it. I mean, it's shareable. So share, copy link. Now, if I go to Love for Crypto, your channel, live, click on that. Live. There we have. Pause it, so it's got off. Chat. I can chat. Wait, I can chat. Woo woo. Yeah, Defo Rising. If anyone's in the chat from London, run in the chat from London, do a recon on the palace and check the gates out, see if the Royal Emerald's really taken down. That is the thing we need doing. Rising. There is the link for that video I've just had up. I've legitimately just been on the stream. Put it in the chat so you've got the link. But yeah, if anyone knows anyone in London near the palace or anything that can go and check that out and actually verify if the emblems on the gates have been changed or not, because if they have been changed and it says King John III on the gates of Buckingham Palace now, I'm afraid I'm going to have to start believing it. At the moment, it's extremely interesting to me. I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I want to know more. It's hard to find more, I'm not going to lie. We've just established that on Google, but I searched the actual name of the video and it didn't give me fuck all. Now, whether the title of the video is not actually a tag or what, but I've had to put it in there to get it to be shareable. Ole, again, it's hard to find, but go and try and find the information of Trump being in Scotland and someone fucking parachuted in, trying to kill him, mate. He was at a castle in Scotland or one of his family's fucking properties, because his family's like he's got Scottish heritage in his grandparents' fucking bloodline, on it. So he's he was over in Scotland apparently, and he parachuted in, trying to fucking kill him, and that went on BBC. And put that on BBC. They've tried it a few times, mate. It's why he's not got the official Secret Service. He hid his own. He didn't let Congress, CIA, and the Senate and all that give him the standard Secret Service, apparently. Hide his own. He's completely own, right? So it was his parents, not his grandparents. Stand corrected. Thanks, Norman. Bring in the wisdom, baby. Oh, yeah. Love it. Love it. Love being correct. I was wrong. Want his grandparents? Well, obviously his grandparents, because his mum can't be Scottish if his grandparents ain't. But yeah, his gran was born. His mum was born in Scotland to be Scottish, obviously. So yeah, I mean, I've got an English cousin who's English heritage, Anglo-Saxon heritage, who's Canadian, simply for the fact she was born in Canada. What race is she? Caucasian, Saxon. What's the race? Like, I'm British. But I'm born in England, so I'm not English, I'm British. UK's a country. Not like UK's a country on application forms. I'm like, it's not a country, mate. It's not even united. What you're on about? Like, it is unlikely, Green. It's extremely unlikely, but it makes me think about Prince Harry, man. Now, at first, I was just, Prince Harry and Meghan just want to be the British Kardashians. They've got a royal line. They've got a massive, massive following. If they break away from the monarch and he can start wearing his Nazi uniforms to fancy dress and that again, he's going to blow up. Kanye West and Kim K style, him and her. They'll be the British, the new Posh and Becks. They're going to brand it Harry and Meghan. They're not going to be the royals anymore. It'll be Harry and Meghan. They'll be billionaires in the 2030s, them two. But that's all I thought it was. Thought it was just an image thing. I thought Harry was just, yeah, you're not my dad kind of thing. Here it is, and I'm fucking off. Whereas this has now made me think, did he know? Like, they're talking about 2014. It's been happening. Trump had to wait 2 years to get in office before he could start doing shit with the Fed and the Treasury and that. Extremely interesting when you think about the Harry scenario as well. And the Prince Andrew paedophile stuff. It's apparently Anne Boleyn's bloodline. So for no one who people who don't know, Henry VIII had Anne Boleyn beheaded in the Tower of London. Apparently, the French soldier that was supposed to do it actually backdoored her, got her out of there, and she had kids. So she's got a bloodline. So the bloodline that came after Anne Boleyn was actually not the official heir to Henry's throne. It was Anne Boleyn's child. So this new guy is a descendant and the official heir to Anne Boleyn and Henry VIII's throne from all them. That's why they're talking about 1710 treaties and all that, because it all came after. This came even after, like, the Queen's dad, who it should have been Edward, shouldn't it? The line should have gone to Edward. Was it Edward? King Edward? But he married the wrong woman or something, so they were like, nah, you ain't being king, bruh, fuck off. And then they give it George, was it George? King George instead. So it should have been Edward, but it ended up George. And that's how our Queen's fucking queen instead of Edward's kids. Does that mean it would have been... It's fucked our monarch. People think it can't, it's not going to change hands. Well, it has before. They killed a king in the 1600s. They killed Charles, didn't they? They took his head off and exiled his son. Now, his son's son came back, as far as I'm aware, from France and ruled again, but it don't change the fact that they chopped his fucking granddad's head off. Morning, John. King Edward III, later Prince Edward, Duke of Windsor, was King of the United Kingdom and the dominions of the British Empire, and India from 20th of January 36 until his abdication on December of that year. It was like, bro, you're giving it up, bro. So the line that we were supposed to have, even in the wrong line, so we was apparently supposed to have another line of monarchs, which was just hidden because Anne Boleyn was never killed, and then they never came. For some reason, they never re-challenged it until now, the Great Awakening kind of thing with Q and Trump and the rest of it. Is it like, has there been like an agenda against the elite's agenda all this time? And then even in the false monarch, we got to the point where we should have had Edward, and simply because of the woman he married, we got his brother instead. He had to abdicate to his brother. It's extremely fucking interesting. Wallis Simpson, is that who he married? Is that who, well, Wallis Simpson, Duchess of Windsor, known as Wallis Simpson, was an American socialite divorcee whose intended marriage to British King Edward caused constitutional crisis that led to Edward's abdication. Wallis Group, American. I was under the impression she was Greek or something. That's why I did. America barely even formed back then, was it? 1890s. Interesting. It's interesting. It gets the juices failed, doesn't it? Gets the juices flowing, shall I say. JFK outdated, Oswald new plan, Oswald outdated. Thank you, Sue. Appreciate that, mate. Bad out of James Bond. The JFK stuff and all that. If you want to know what happened with JFK and Lee Harvey Oswald, research Dr. Mary Monkeys and the polio vaccine. That's where the story starts. Interesting. Yeah, I think if they was going to do Trump, I think he'd already be dead. I think it's like with the recession and the virus and all that now, innit? When they try to throw the blame on him. Do you know what I mean? We all knew that. Like we said, when we didn't really know how the recession was going to play out and how the reset was going to play out, I remember saying on videos like Britain will blame Brexit, China, Russia will blame America will blame China, they'll all blame Iran, they'll blame this, they'll blame that. And now all of a sudden, all that shit's just gone away, and everyone's just blaming the virus. Now you have got the mainstream media who are trying to control the narrative and still blame Trump and all the rest of it. But it's not going to wash now. Too many of us know that it's all bullshit. So I think the powers that be that have had control need to rethink the strategy because they're losing it. They're losing it. See, what was JFK trying to do with the silver dollar and that? See, I believe, to increase America's monetary supply and not go to the petrodollar, he wanted to keep it to a gold standard and have some dollars pegged to gold within bonds. Remember, like back in the day, they used to have them big fucking note things in the banks in the movies where it was like a big bond and one was worth like fucking 100 million. It was like an 100 million note. Back in the day, you used to have like $10,000 notes and shit because there was no digital money to send a million. Do you know what I mean? If you was going to put a million in a fucking suitcase, you couldn't do it with fucking ones and tens and hundreds. You'd need fucking bags and bags. You had to have $10,000 fucking bills, so a million stack wasn't that big. Do you know what I mean? It's legitimate. So we wanted to bring more money in that was pegged to silver as well as gold. So you'd have two different dollars in America. Next thing, he's fucking took out and the petrodollar comes in. This is what Kurt was mad into. He fucking loved it. I wouldn't have been on the Bretton Woods stuff and all that without Curtis. No chance. I just wouldn't have. So if you search JFK and silver dollar, it just throws up like actual silver dollars with fucking JFK on, and it's hard to actually get any information about the standard he was trying to bring in. And you just shouted it to me there. JFK order, bam bam. Ole, fucking love you, mate. Love you. This community is in. People say I'm intelligent and all that, but you are all just as intelligent as me, guys. We just, like I say, we all maintain different information and we've all looked at different things. Just said, if it wasn't for Kurt, I probably wouldn't have noticed all this Triffin's dilemma and fucking Bretton Woods and when the IMF and the World Bank and all that was created. I mean, them meetings are here where everyone's sat at the fucking meeting and they've all got the country banner in front of them. They've got like a plaque on the thing saying like United Kingdom and then Australia's there and everyone's fucking there. While there's people on the other side of the thingy fighting and dying. Is there a German representative at the Bretton Woods thing while we're at war with Germany? Do you know what I mean? Like, someone try and find a meeting and see if there's a German there. Because if there is, like, what the fuck was going on, mate? It was what, like, they formed the UN at that time to stop any other wars like that, yet there's still a threat of World War III in the mainstream media. People are still scared of nuclear war. Well, what the fuck's the UN for then? What's the mission statement? Oh, just a lie. The UN's mission statement legitimately just a lie. Ole, you was bang on, bro. Bang on, bro. Well done. The executive order, amended executive order 10289, dated September 51, by delegating the Secretary of the Treasury the President's authority to issue silver certificates under the Thomas Amendment of the Agricultural Adjustment Act, as amended by the Gold Reserve Act. The order allowed the Secretary to issue silver certificates if any were needed during the transition period under President Kennedy's plan to eliminate silver certificates and use Federal Reserve notes. Interesting. There is a lot then. There's background, public law, text of executive order, the assassination theory. So Jim Mars, in his book Crossfire, presented the theory that Kennedy was trying to rein the power of the Federal Reserve and that forces opposed to such action might have played at least some part in the assassination. Extremely fucking interesting shit. This is like, it's and it makes you wonder what would have happened back then. What kind of power would Kennedy have grasped onto, and what kind of security would he have grasped onto if the technology available today was available then? Not just blockchain and DLT, but cameras everywhere and all the money and that being tracked and most things being digital anyway. And the fucking petrodollar and the 72, was it Nixon? See, again, Kurt is all over this, because this is the stuff that's hard to hang on to when you're looking deeper into the tech, the conspiracy side of it, because it goes that deep and you don't know what's true and what's not. It's hard to it's hard to keep hold of all that information. I need to find the date. See, it's all... Start getting the Saudi deals and that. Oh, do you know what I mean? So basically, by the 70s, at that point, from the 50s to the 70s then, and you even had Eisenhower warning about the military-industrial complex and all that shit. And again, no internet, no mainstream broadcast of that really, no grasp of what he actually meant. no fundamental, not go out and look for PDFs and all that shit. Do you know what I mean? It was just military industrial complex. What the fuck's that? Whereas now we can go online, start searching military industrial complex and get like fucking infographics up with all the companies and corporations of the world and how they all work. And you can put like fucking who do AT&T own and see all the fucking companies they own, who do Disney own, you know, and what companies own all the other companies. We've talked about Volkswagen and their consortium. Now, if back in the day, mate, if JFK and Eisenhower and all that had this tech, if JFK ran in 2000, he would have faced Clinton admin, not a chance. 2 decades later, we are where we are, and it's very well. Yeah, it makes one wonder, doesn't it, mate? Makes one wonder what they'd have been able to do if they'd have had the tech and that available today. Like, would they have been able to kill him in the way they killed him, and for it to just go away the way it did and that? It just don't make fucking sense. And then all the deals that happened after it. Eisenhower won. When was Eisenhower? '53 to '61. Eisenhower speech. It's like the finishing ending speech, and it's like his closing speech. And we had that at the start of the globalization documentary for a reason, because he's mentioning the military industrial complex, broadcast on January the 17th, 1961. Do you know what I mean? Eisenhower warns about it. JFK gets in, tries to do something about it. 2 years later, he's dead. That's like people try to oppose the Federal Reserve. They get on a boat to go to America to oppose the Federal Reserve. The boat sinks, and a year later, the Federal Reserve's created. Did he think we're stupid? Like, there's only so many coincidences one can take. Do you know what I mean? There's only so many coincidences where you're like, yeah, coincidence. Simpsons. No, do you know what I mean? Alan's not on the head there. How's the Simpsons? Not all that in. Marilyn Monroe, Roswell, Cuba. It all comes down to money. It's money's below the power, though, isn't it, John? This Epstein and all that stuff. That one about money. Now the technology and all that kind of stuff is, and the control is based around money that then provides the power. But at some point, these people get that rich, they get unbelievable power, and they're not in the limelight. So it's like Jeff Bezos now. He's on his way to being the richest public figure in the world. Like, but don't kid yourself into thinking there's no one richer than Jeff Bezos. Like, there is. They're just secret multi-billionaires and even secret trillionaires. There's likely already a trillionaire, but there's just not a public one yet. Like, we all know there's hardly a Rothschild in the Forbes list, but they're all some of the richest, most powerful people on the planet. Vanguard, Steve, do you know what I mean? It's all smoke screens. It's all, don't let the company get this big, and if it does, just make another company and give a shitload of assets to that company. So you'd rather have 100 companies worth $1 million each, but there's not one company worth 100 million on a Forbes list. So instead of having one company at 100 million on a Forbes list, these motherfuckers have just got companies all over the fucking gaff that all own each other, all worth a small amount. Well, small to them, not to us. But them small amounts keep all these companies in the low list. But there's that many fucking companies. If you accumulate all the Rothschild's entities from Vanguard and all the ones below it, they're the richest fucking people in the world. They just are. It's unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable, Jeff. Some of the Q stuff's questionable. Like the mass arrest they said was going to be happening. Where are they? Do you know what I mean? Or have they happened and they're just not in the public eye? Where's the Queen? Where is the Queen? The Queen at Buckingham Palace. She at Windsor Castle. Where's the Queen? What's for brekker? It's a bit warm, so probably just Weetabix again. Weetabix when it's warm. Have omelette or something when it's a bit cooler. Owners of Coca-Cola Company. Horrible bastards. What they did to Christmas and Santa, mate. JFK's burial site's a big queue from the sky. Is it? Because apparently, like, one of JFK's, like, his kid or anything like that, was like, it's pretty hard to believe him coming out, innit? But if this new King of England ends up being real, and he's come out of the woodwork, like, anything's game, innit? Anything's game. Let me see that. JFK burial site. Bird's eye view, is that what I need? Mate, stop it. What? That it? Is that legit? Because this is the thing now, innit? The internet. It's like Naomi Campbell's house, innit? I mean, I've seen Naomi Campbell's house, but have I seen Naomi Campbell's house? I've just seen the JFK grave, but have I seen the JFK grave? Is that what that actually is? Do you know what I mean? It's easy for that. Now, what's it called? Where is it? Does anyone know where it is? What it's called? Get us on Google Maps. I want this shit on Google Maps. I want to see it on a map. Boom there, so I could get directions to it, so I know where. Like, you know what I mean? Actually, like, where is it? Where is it? Arlington National Cemetery. Google Maps. I want this up on a map, me. What am I doing? Arlington National Cemetery. Right, get it up on a map, the cemeteries are currently closed. It amazes me, that. Just waiting for the map to load up, the lad. Excuse me. Get it in satellite view. Excuse me. Spot it a fucking mile away, can't you? Spot it a fucking mile away. Get it there. Spot it a mile away, mate. Let's spin it so it's in the Q formation. Chase the tomato sauce and you get to the truth, man. Chase the sauce. Wow. It's become a reaction video for the next few minutes because I'm legitimately trying to process that. This is what I look like when I'm mind blown. Like, wow. Legitimately mind blown. How did JFK Jr. apparently die? It makes the King John thing and the QAnon. It gives the QAnon thing a little bit, not more credibility, but the Q from QAnon. It brings closure to the intrigue behind Q, whether like he just came up with that name because of that symbol or what, or is it if it's coincidental? What the fuck coincidental, mate? It's like, mate, someone extremely born with a sick spark of an idea to create that conspiracy based around JFK Jr., his death being a hoax, and using the Q because he just realised that his dad's grave was a Q. That's as reaching as the fucking theory itself, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to process it now. We're all looking over the shoulder like the men in black are on the other side of the wall, mate. He's a biological son of one of the princes. Misread that. Kept quiet till now. It's a lot easier to believe that the son of JFK faked his death, waiting for either technology to catch up with his vision or something, or just the will to just move on, or to just generate a plan and agenda big enough to actually tackle the system over 40, 50, 60 years. That's more believable from a child with people actually looking after him and instigating it because his dad's just been killed and that. How long after his dad's dead did he die? Or would he die while his dad was alive? Like, see, like, this is the pieces of American history that are missing. Not that I don't know what JFK is, I just don't know some of the fundamental facts of his life, his family life. How long after JFK's death did his son actually die? Did he move in quick? If he was moved, was it legitimately like within fucking a year or two? Because like within 3 years, you'd kind of like get an agenda of the people around him, and you'd know if he needs removing or not, wouldn't you? And if he was that young, he's had the agenda pushed on him. Interesting. When did he die? JFK Jr. Fucking hell, it was only in 1999. Get fucked. See, I was a fucking teenage sheep back then. I wasn't even watching the news and that. Wow. You crash on the island or something. They had a plane crash on an island or something. Place of death, Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, United States. To his death. On July 16th, 1999, Kennedy departed from Fairfield, New Jersey at the controls of his Piper Saurus. So he was the pilot. Oh my days. Light aircraft, he was travelling with his wife, Carolyn, and sister-in-law, Lauren Bassett, to attend the wedding of his cousin, Rory Kennedy. After first dropping off Lauren in Martha's Vineyard, he had purchased a plane. Caroline and Lauren were passengers sitting in the second row of seats. Kennedy had checked in with the control tower at Martha's Vineyard, but the plane was reported missing after it failed to arrive on schedule. Officials were not hopeful. Finding survivors after aircraft debris. About 2 kids on the past were recovered. So they recovered the black box and the debris from Atlantic Ocean. Oh, damn. Damn, nah, that's threw it right open, mate. On July 18th, a Coast Guard admiral declared an end to hope that Kennedy and his wife and her sister could be found alive. Did they find them at all? The search ended late afternoon, July 27th, when the 3 bodies were removed from the ocean floor by Navy divers and taken by motorcade to the county medical examiner's office. The discovery was made from high-resolution images of the ocean bottom. Divers found Carolyn Long's body near twisted and broken fuselage. Ooh. Kennedy's body was still strapped to the pilot seat. Pictures? Any pictures of that, mate? Any pictures of that, mate? That's interesting. You just get told, don't you? You get told, not shown. That's the scary thing. Most of the information is told, not shown, and then even if there was a picture, how many people would say it wasn't real? JFK Jr. Autopsy photos. Wreckage of the plane. Autopsy reports. Body marker. Body markers where they mark the injuries on receiving the body. Or like if you was a first aider and you want to like mark the injuries on so I've got one open here. I had one open the other day. If you're a first aider and you're going on a hike route, you carry a body marker like that, and if anyone gets injured, you mark where they're injured. So if they go unconscious and all that and can't tell the ambulance crew when they get there, you've already been told where they're injured, where they're hurt, how bad they are, and you've marked it on the body mark. So it's got Kennedy's like body was marked all over the fucking gaff on that. But again, it's how old would he be? Interesting that. Died age 38. What the hell? To barely be 60. Barely be 60. Better. Interesting. Very interesting. Do you think he could be waiting for someone like Trump, so the establishment go after him, mocking him, saying he's got no chance, and approached him saying now's the time? All that, like, it brings you back to Trump in the 80s and that, doesn't it? Saying if something ain't sorted soon, he'll run for president and sort it out. Is the pictures of Trump and JFK Jr. together at stuff and that? I mean, I know it doesn't mean anything, just like Trump and Epstein together don't mean anything. It raises intrigue, doesn't it? Some would say it allows you to attack them and say they're fucking friends and all that, but it just... So he was very quickly private doctors to sign a certificate of not living and all that. That new King video is crazy, Sarah. It really is. It's head blowing. Trump and JFK Jr. I mean, you're talking about people like me. I don't know JFK Jr. I don't know him from Adam. Just seen a few pictures and that. Then is that actually him? You could say Trump and JFK Jr. Is that him? And that's Trump back in the day, bro. That's late 80s, early 90s. It's early 90s, mid 90s. Not long before his death. In his 30s there, late 20s, 30s. Do you know what I mean? Raises intrigue. That's all it needs to do. Doesn't need to mean anything. Doesn't mean that they had a conversation about Trump getting in and ushering in a new era for him to come back if he was to fake his death. Do you know what I mean? It's... There's a video on YouTube that you might find interesting. It's actually on CNN as well. Witness reports of JFK Jr.'s last transmission. How long's that? Get that open in YouTube. Oh, damn, it's only 1:40. We're watching it.
John Kennedy Jr. boarded his Piper Saratoga along with his passengers in the back, his wife Carolyn and her sister Lauren. They intended to make a short flight to Martha's Vineyard. We now know extraordinary details about what happened during their 1 hour and 3 minutes in the air.
Pinch of salt, but it's CNN. It's the truth, that, innit?
These witness reports are extraordinary because they reveal something that none of us knew before, and that is that there may have been people who spoke to John right before he crashed.
Mr. Lagodi is employed at Republic Airport, Farmingdale, New York. On the night of the accident, approximately 21:20
That's all he had to
Daylight
fly.
Time, or 9:20, he was monitoring the Unicom frequency 122.95 megahertz.
During that time, Mr. Perez heard several transmissions from a pilot that used a call sign similar to November 9253 November.
During a period of approximately 10 minutes, the pilot attempted to contact someone at Martha's Vineyard.
One last transmission was heard. The pilot stated, "We're not going to make it if we don't get a hold of the facility."
At this hour, here is what we know.
The plane was gone.
Search and rescue efforts.
I wanted to keep hope alive.
I think we have a chance to find something else.
How did you let this get so out of control?
Well, we listened, and here is our answer. The next evolution of the ODL chip.
That was clearly part of a longer video. If anyone wants to chase that down, that was interesting. The weather suddenly became foggy. JFK Jr. was not certified for instrument flying, became disorientated and flew into ocean. Did not fake death. Don't be gullible and believe conspiracy theories. Have we said at any point during this that we believe anything? Do you know what I mean, mate? Crypto grandma talks. Like, are you even been listening? It increases intrigue. We're intrigued in the conspiracy theories. We're intrigued in the theory. Don't be so gullible to believe what you've been fucking told, just the truth, mate. Jesus wept. Trump is apparently a descendant of Tesla and his wife's a descendant of Einstein. That's fucking interesting, Pablo. Gemini, June baby. That is him then, yeah? What, he had a broken leg when he was flying? Bin Laden, Alan, mate, I'm telling you. Like, you could... Apparently one of Trump's best friends, that close. So off that one picture, like, was they that close, him and Trump? No probs, Green. Your input is always appreciated, mate, regardless of the size. Everyone's input. Even Crypto Grandma Talks' input is appreciated. It's just that, come on, we're not being gullible, thinking that he just believing he faked his death. We're questioning if he could have. We're questioning if he could have. We're questioning the media that you so easily believe to be true. I don't know nothing about his death, so don't tell me. I should just believe he died at a certain time. And again, rest in peace if he did. I'm not trying to take anything away from his family or anything like that. If he lost a loved one, it's devastating. I'm just saying, don't believe everything you read. There is no spoon. They went to school together. I mean, he didn't have to fly far on that thing then, did he? I'm interested in finding a full video for that. Show more. How it really happened speaks to witnesses who may have been. So, I mean, like, That's definitely a longer documentary, that. I mean, was there ever any question of him actually being killed, JFK Jr.? Like, was anyone ever questioning that it was the plane had been tampered with anything, or was it just like was said above, it was legitimately just put down to poor weather, and he wasn't that experienced in the poor weather? Is that what it was? Did no one ever question it? Did his family ever even question it? I mean, after all, his dad got shot in the head in public. Do you know what I mean? Not like fucking hell. Yeah. Anyone who's a critical thinker and just don't believe everything they're told about thinking for themselves, a class conspiracy theories, tinfoil hat heads. Exactly, Paul. Like, just because you question something. Can you imagine Einstein didn't question the people who come before him? Where would we be now? Do you know what I mean? You have to conform. So if you've got kids and all that, you know, like when you're watching fucking Graham Hancock and Paul Stamets and all them, and they're talking about ancient civilizations and all that, and mainstream archaeologists won't agree with it. So basically, when, like it's clear, it's apparent in the comments and that, and it's apparent in society, when you're going for the degree, or you're going for the qualifications, you want to be a physicist or an archaeologist or anything, anthropologist, whatever you want to be, an anthropologist, whatever. You need to conform. You need to match the curriculum to get that certificate, get the PhD, the MD, whatever it is you're trying to get. But once you've got it, it's time to start questioning the information that got you there, like the Egyptian archaeologists should be doing now with the water erosion on the Sphinx and stuff, and the discovery of Göbekli Tepe. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's clear Göbekli Tepe is older than the pyramids and that. Or is it? Are they the same age? Because if it's true, what they're saying about the pyramids' age, at 5,000 to 6,000 years old, then Göbekli Tepe is twice as old as it. Or the Egyptian archaeologists just can't see, can't go back on what they've been taught, don't want to admit they was wrong for decades and decades and decades, and don't want to say that the Sphinx is actually 13,000 years old, and so is the Great Pyramids of Giza and that. They just don't want to say they was wrong, but they should do. And teach your kids, tell your kids, say, look, if you want to be a scientist, you're going to have to pass the test the way the current scientists want you to. But make no mistake, once you've got the certificate and the PhD, or whatever it is you're aiming for, you're going to be able to question the system and question anything you want. Granted, they might still try and tear you down, call you a pseudo-scientist, you're not a real scientist. Like, if you'd be interested in Neil deGrasse Tyson and people like that went into psychedelics, merging quantum physics and spirituality with the science they know, would it be rejected by mainstream science, or would it be accepted? The Vatican and all that, how they've got a fucking telescope on the top of the Vatican City now, so it's like they're clearly accepting science into their spirituality and religion, or trying to, or they'll just die off, won't be able to keep up. Yeah, like Jeffrey Epstein's death, if you believe he killed himself, then there's no hope for you waking up for a while, I don't think. Not waking up in the sense that you're willing to question stuff you're being told the truth. So Crypto Grandma Talks, can you drop links? Can you send me some links and documentation where I can see this black box data? I'd like to see the injury reports and listen to the black box data. Got anywhere where I can listen to that, you know, Freedom of Information Act and all that shit? Or are they just going to lock it away and I've just got to believe? Have I just got to believe the likes of you with your PhDs and that? Because I'm outside of that network. Have you listened to it? Because you seem pretty positive that it was consistent with mode death, and it showed that the black box data was consistent with getting disorientated and flying into the ocean. So you clearly had access to the black box, didn't you? To know that 100%. Or did you read that in a report that was offered to you online? Reports can be falsified. Actual recordings of the moment can't be, if they stay true, especially with the world we're going into with blockchain. Ain't no, like, you can't be telling me a black box suggests this, that, and that if you're not going to let me listen to it. And I know it's not you that's not letting me, but they won't let me listen to it, so I don't know it 100%, do I? I don't know it to be 100% true. Freedom of information doesn't give me the right to see data and photos. Well, I also have the right to not believe what I'm shown and presented. So don't believe it. Don't believe what you're saying. There's no proof. I've received no proof. Me personally, Scott Pratt, have received no proof of that. Like I said 20 minutes ago, half an hour ago, I don't know much about his death and JFK Jr. I have no idea he died in fucking 1999. I'm thinking he could have died in the fucking 60s. 70s or 80s, me. I didn't know. Not been presented the information. Not even been presented anything, really. But if I was to see the black box and hear him going down, went down there in distress. It's a weird one. It's like COVID deaths. You don't know it was COVID and not the flu. You don't know it was COVID and not an heart attack. It'll just go down as COVID. We don't actually know. Is the Vatican smaller than City of London though? I'm sure City of London's classed as its own country. The City of London is a city and local government district that contains the historic centre and the primary central business district of London. It constitutes most of London from its settlement by the Romans. City, country, and local government district. Right in the middle of London. Tiny. Is the Vatican smaller than that? Has it got any let's see what Google says is the smallest country in the world. It says Vatican City, measuring just 0.2 square miles. But is that because they don't want the world to know London City's a city? London City square mileage. Not London City, City of London. It's just over a square mile. Wow. Vatican City is tiny. Shit. That is a small country. Damn. Fucking hell. London City, as small as it is actually fucking 5 times bigger than Vatican City. So yeah, you're right. Smallest suit. Good shout, mate. I just had to check. I had to know for myself. City of London's probably the second smallest. Yeah, the City of London and all this King John stuff now, it's proper interesting. But I'm thinking about going on the computer later for anyone interested in the gaming side. Like I was saying before, if you want to fucking show your kids about gaming, I will be gaming on Love for Media very, very soon. Like just messing about, showing you how to grind, showing your kids how to grind, showing them how to fill the fucking vaults, basically. So all the raw materials within the world, people are going to start wanting to collect all that. So you've got a load of wood in the vaults and that. So when it finally comes to not just refining all that wood into planks and you get your items for it, once the real world value hits the marketplace, you've then got a shitload of stock. You got stock, baby. Do you know what I mean? Like, so gaming from now till 2023, 2025 for the kid who's fucking 10 or 12, 14, grinding it out now from 14 to 18. By the time he leaves school, he's going to have a nice little depository of materials in a real world value marketplace on Elder Scrolls, Grand Theft Auto, FIFA, or whatever platform he chooses to play on. Could be World of Warcraft, anything. But I'm getting ready to show people so they can guide the kids in the right direction, because there's going to be a lot of kids who want to get into esports and get into gaming and making money through it, but they're going to start thinking that it's not possible if they don't win the tournaments. They're not going to realise that there's other ways of doing it. It's interesting. But yeah, crypto cannabis, mate. The Vatican is apparently that small. Again, never been, don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. I can't, just because Google says it, mate. But yeah, apparently, yeah. Crypto grandma might say, yeah, it defo is because Google says it. I'm only joking. Only joking, grandma. Love you, really. Input is appreciated. Thank you. No, she's not elite. Civil rights activated, arrested 40+ times. Fight for your rights, take a lot of it, including becoming indigent due to fighting corrupt government, and please take a lot of it. Interesting. I respect that. Everyone should fight for what they believe in, as long as it's not hurting other people. Because you shouldn't believe in hurting other people. But if you're fighting for people's rights and for morality, here. Time for the wind down though, guys. But yeah, keep an eye on Love for Media for the gaming, because I've got a lot of passion for especially helping the kids, the teenagers, because they're gonna come through hard times. It's back to the 90s when everyone wants to be David Beckham or Ryan Giggs, yeah, or Cantona, and they feel like me, like I felt. If you can't make it in a Premiership, you don't know about Division fucking 3, paying 5 ton a week. But what? You mean I could have gone and been a right back for Huddersfield or some shit? You're damn right you could. Well, why didn't the careers advisor tell me that when I said I want to play for United? Why didn't he say, well, look, Scott, you're kind of not good enough for United, but Rochdale pay 3 ton a week to the lower level players. One of them's on 750 a week. So it comes like a normal wage. Like legitimately, some players at the lower clubs, Rochdales and stuff like that, they're on wages what Sparks and Joiners and that are on, but they're just training every day and playing footy at the weekend. Now, some people might think that's a low wage for a professional footballer, but if he loves his job and loves his life, it's a wage and it supports him and he's happy. You know what I mean? And it's the same for gaming now. And I feel like, if I can't win Fortnite, I'm never going to get anywhere. Well, no, if you're engaging and entertaining while you stream, and you learn what's coming with the real world marketplaces and the possibility of selling in-game items at real world cost, there's extreme potential for a source of revenue, a red source of revenue, mate. No, I didn't, mate, but I was a good defender. I know for a fact I could have played in a lower league as a defender. I do. I was hard to get past, mate. I was never that good. I wasn't that skillful with my feet. I was the fucking yap stam, crunch a motherfucker and pass it to Paul Scholes, mate. That's me. Do you know what I mean? That was me. That was my game. But I didn't realise growing up how shit Gary Neville were, how shit Paul Parker were. I mean, Dennis Irwin, let's not go there. He was epic. But John O'Shea, Wes Brown, these players aren't world class. They just did a job for the team. Do you know what I mean? It's like they had a manager that managed them the right way. They all look shit when he went to other clubs. That would have been me. It would have been me. If you'd have put me in a team with United with all them players around me, I could have tackled anyone coming towards me. I don't care what anyone says. I was good at following the ball. And with them big motherfuckers, mate, I was good at sticking a toe on it. Legitimately, I got my toe to it. I got the ball away every time. And if I'd have just had someone who was saying like, look, Scott, there's lower teams, there's lesser teams that you can trial at and you can go to. Like, Dad was nowhere to be fucking seen. Mum didn't really understand it. It just is what it is. So I want to make sure that our community, the LFC, Love for Crypto community, and Love for community, the whole everything across all channels, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Love for Media, Love for Crypto, Love for Gaming, whatever we start doing, I want to help everyone within that community see the bigger picture and do everything they can to get a revenue from hobbies, basically. Used to be a boxing fan before they started stopping fights for people getting dazed. So you can knock a guy out for 7 seconds. If he gets up before 10 seconds, it's okay for him to carry on. But he gets a little daisy and the fight stopped. I'm done with that game, mate. If they start stopping the fight at that moment, if the ref just came in, when the ref comes in and says fight's over and he waves his hand and it's over because the guy's dazed, he needs to stop doing that, and he needs to say to the guy who's attacking, the aggressor, needs to say, go to your corner, mate, he's down. And then he needs to turn to the other guy and say, take a knee or the fight's over. If he doesn't understand what he just said by take a knee or the fight's over, then the fight's over. If he understands what he means and he's like, oh right, I'm basically knocked down, I'm gone here, fuck. Takes a knee, gets his 10 seconds, because you're allowed 10 seconds to get up. And then if he's okay after 10 seconds, you carry on the fight. It needs to fucking change. I'm sick of fights just getting stopped because a guy's dazed, and then I turn UFC on and they're fucking pounding fuck out of each other like the pig sacks, mate. It's like Rocky Balboa in the freezer. It's big socks, big gloves, mate. That hand, ooh, like a facial got. Facial got. Oh. Anyway, I love you all, guys. You know the score. But invest in yourself, that's what I mean. Your kids, yourself, gaming, your hobbies, fishing, fucking crafting. You might like making fucking spoons. Just go on the field and get some fucking sticks and make some spoons and sell them on eBay. You never know. Might be the next big wooden spoon corporation. Especially when all the corporations just start making machine-made spoons and you can start going handmade. Do you know what I mean? If you can make a handmade bookshelf by 2030, when all machines are just making bookshelves and people are like, fucking, I wouldn't mind something handmade, you know, not like back in the day. The same way people are thinking now about stonemasonry. When they look at all the new buildings now and all the new architecture, I'm like, yeah, that building looks a little proper sick, but check that stonemasonry there from fucking 1600s. That shit's on it. It's a shame no one's about that can do that anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's as good as technology gets and all that, we always appreciate and respect something from the past. If we didn't, nothing would end up classic. A fucking Escort Cosworth from 1995 in mint condition is probably going to cost you 100 grand now. And just to prove it, we was talking about Cozzies the other day. Before I go, Escort RS Turbo for sale, baby. Oh, this is gonna be on Auto Trader. Now bear in mind, it's gonna be hard to find one that's 100 grand, and like that was a pretty big number to throw out there then, wasn't it? But you kind of got the gist of what I meant when a car from 1994 that's usually in the scrapyard by now is worth 38 grand. And then there's another next to it, 1994, 52 grand. 41. So they're there. They're fucking there, mate. And I'm telling you now, there's one price up to 70 grand there. 70. Oh, it's a Mark 3. It's a Mark 3. What? We Moonjet. I want to buy it. Look at that, £2.5 grand, mate. It's nearly worth more than my Fiesta. My Fiesta's only 10 years old, and that's nearly worth more than it. I only paid £3 grand for my Fiesta. What the hell? Look at that Mark 3. Damn. I've seen houses cheaper than that. Seen houses. If people didn't respect the past that much, these cars wouldn't be worth the value they are. Do you know what I mean? They just won't. So in the end, if I get back to it full circle, people are going to want handmade shit in the future. And if you are capable of one of your hobbies producing something that's handmade, I think you've got a massive gap in the market post 2025, mate. You just have. So the more attention you build from now to then, the more market potential and possibilities from generating leads in different areas you will have, depending on the reach of your attention. If you've got channels across all platforms that reach all over the world, you've got as much reach as any other company. It's just how much attention have you got compared to that. They don't need to do adverts. For some reason they do. But no one needs to see an advert to go and buy a can of Coke. You don't need a McDonald's advert, bro. You know you're going to go and get McDonald's when you want McDonald's. McDonald's give you an advert to say, oh, we've got a new burger here, bro. There's a new burger in the shop, you got to come and get one. It's not like, ew, we're McDonald's, we're over here. That's what you'll be for your first 5 years. But once you get enough attention, everyone's just going to be, oh, that's that Orion guy. That's Google. Everyone knows who fucking Google are. You knew who Apple were in fucking 1989? Hardly anyone. I fucking didn't. But yeah, me and you, Scott, Santa Pod one day, gonna ruin you, my demon. You want to get on Elder Scrolls and come and play me on PS4? PS3. What fucking year am I in? PS4. Next few days. Miss Mash taking a bath. Had an XR3i. Wow. XR3i's, mate. Not tear the golfs up. Tear your golf up, that'll there. Fucking smoke your golf, mate. The XR3i. Fucking turbos. Go and look at the Lancia Delta, the Audi Quattro, and the Escort 2000. I'm pretty sure all three of them got banned from the World Rally for being too fast, mate. Do you know what I mean? That says it all. And an MR1 Mark 1. Ooh. An MR, what was that? Was that a typo? Is that why you rescinded it? An MR2 Mark 1 Toyota. MR2s. Oh no, I forgot about them. Nearly forgot about them. What was the bad one underneath? Not the Civic. Laters, Alan. More than a pleasure, mate. Appreciate you being in the chat. What was the Honda sports car? I need to get that up now because that was a bad man, that one, innit? NSX. Oh, they've done a new one. Damn. Damn. Oh. It's looking slick, that. They've done a new, oh man, they've done a new NSX. Look at that bad boy. What? NSX European 2020. Oh my days, look at that. 2016, it's been out for 4 years, I didn't even know about it. I mean, the petrol head in me has been dying since crypto. Not enough time to look into that stuff. Xbox One. It's because you're young, that, innit? Jump off Bill's dick, bro. Get a PS. Only joking, but seriously, stop supporting Bill Gates and get on PlayStation. Xbox. So for the 90s gamers, I don't know many 90s gamers that even entertained Xbox. There was a time where we was like, oh, that internet actually that online playing internet is actually better, but no surprise, it's Microsoft. What do you expect? And that was because PS Online was free at the time. Once Sony started charging for PlayStation Plus, it's on a level of Xbox now for speeds and stuff. So you've got to get yourself a PS, man. Jailbroke 2 my PS4s. Nice. Nice. Yeah, PlayStation, mate, it's been out since what, 1994? Before Xbox was even an idea, Sony was dominating the gaming space, and they still are. Yeah, you get games thrown at you every month, don't you? With or without it jailbroke, mate. As long as you buy PS Plus, there's a shitload of free games anyway. Like, there's at least one every month. One new free game every month on PlayStation Plus. And a catalogue of originals that are not on Xbox. It's just the way to go. But all you need is Elder Scrolls. GTA to come and chill on my yacht. Can't go online. Yeah, can't have that. I play Elder Scrolls, which is online only. I need to complete it. Got distracted years ago off Destiny, and I never went back to the game and finished it. I've not even completed the first bit of Elder Scrolls yet to buy the next DLC. And I'm going to need all the DLCs to be able to get all the sick components to make epic weapons when the marketplace opens. Make no mistake, right? I'm hoping to not have to be a gamer. I don't want to be a gamer, but I want to get my accounts storing enough materials and gaming. I want me gaming characters in a position where I've got enough materials and value within their specific marketplaces that I can pass Sebastian, my nephew, or my kids in the future, can pass them accounts, and they've got a shitload of value to play with straight away. They don't have to build anything up. Do you know what I mean? Not that they can't start a brand new character, but they'll have maxed out characters. Like, he's only like level 170, 180 or something mine at the moment. I do need to get him to fucking 810. Goes up to 810. Got to smash it before it starts going higher. But yeah, keep an eye on Love for, I know I keep saying it, keep an eye on Love for Media, and I'm not posting on there, but just click sub first, please, if you're interested in it, or if you're interested in some of the content on there, especially regarding the gaming for your kids and stuff, because it will be massive. And let's have it right. You can be a 20, 30, 40-year-old gamer. If it's what you want to do, don't let anyone put you off it, because you're going to be able to make money off it in the future. Watch the streams. We'll have a chat. We'll show you how easy it's probably going to end up once them marketplaces are tapped into real-world marketplaces with real-world value. So, as always, invest in yourself, hobbies, build attention on some platforms, start pushing your hobbies towards revenue, invest in the internet of value, live long and hodl absolutely everything close to you. Thanks for watching, much appreciated, guys. Love you all to bits. Maybe not share this, because I don't know how many people are going to fucking sit through it, but share the channel. People you know, get them to give it a cheeky like, share, subscribe. You know the danger. Have a good day, Peter, Alan, everyone else, all of you. Much love. We love crypto, we love XRP, and we love you. Until next time, peace. I'll see you on the next one.